Good morning, everybody, and a happy Tuesday morning to you. Okay, you guys, there's not too much on the royal family. This is mostly a Harry and Meghan video, but, it's kind of trickling in, so hopefully we'll catch up on the next one. So let's just jump in with what we have, shall we? Let's go. All right, we're going to start off this morning with Princess Beatrice. Apparently, she made a cameo in a film about Queen Victoria. The funny thing is, I've put up pictures before of Victoria and showed you just how much the two of them actually looked alike. It's very interesting. Now, Beatrice's mother, Sarah, the Duchess of York, was a producer on the movie. The Young Victoria was released in 2009, and it follows, 18-year-old Queen Victoria in the first years of her reign. And because Beatrice looks so much like, her namesake, she had a walk-on part in the a cameo in the beginning of the film. She was one of the Queen's ladies in waiting in the coronation scene. I think that's actually pretty cool. Very nice. Now we're going to move on to Prince Edward. He has landed after taking a commercial flight, no private jets for him, from New Zealand. He landed at the Sydney airport. Now, according to this article, the Duke of Edinburgh Award has been going for over 60 years in Australia. Apparently, so many people, the growing number of people doing it now, it's just blown crazy. You know what I mean? More and more people. The CEO of the Duke of Edinburgh International Award said, and I'm quoting, "This visit is part of a significant chapter for the Duke of Edinburgh in Australia as we celebrate a recent record in the number of young people using this framework." I just think that that's wonderful. Good for him. All right, let's move on now to Harry and Meghan. All right, I've already reported to you guys that Harry and Meghan have basically made it very clear that they want an invitation for Christmas. They want to be invited. Now, you would think, now remember, this is Harry who said, "I'm not doing anything with you people until you apologize publicly to my wife. And you got to do this, and we got to have a sit down and have a meeting, and we got to do that." And the royal family has ignored them, cut them off, and moved on, okay? But now they've turned around and said, "We want to be invited." So here's the thing. They're like, "We'll come, Charles. We'll let you meet your grandchildren who are now 4 and 2 and who really don't know who you are. And we'll accept an invitation, but we have some demands." Yes, they have put demands on the table. First of all, number one, they want a formal invitation. Yeah, Number two, they want to stay on protected property because they don't want to stay in a hotel or with friends. No. They want to stay in the palace. Number three, they must have adequate security for the whole family. Now, keep in mind that, number one, Harry is already suing the Home Office because he doesn't get police protection on his own when he's there because he's not a working member of the royal family anymore. He knew his security was going to go. But I think Meghan, I honestly believe Meghan said to him, "They would never do that to you, Harry. It's just a threat." And then it happened. There you go. Number two, if he's on royal property, he doesn't need extra security. But for some reason, he seems to think that he and Meghan are in more danger than the King of England. And number three, he's using the kids as a bargaining chip. We knew that was going to happen eventually. Now, it's being reported that William and Catherine would not stay there at Sandringham if Harry and Meghan showed up, that they might just decide that year that they need to go stay with the Middletons. And people are like, "That's terrible." Really? Nobody thought it was terrible when Andrew was going to participate in the garter ceremony and William stepped up and said, "If Andrew shows up, I'm not going because he should not be involved." And then Andrew got pulled out of the public. He still went to the luncheon, but he stayed out of the public portion of it. It's no different. Andrew is as much of a disgrace as Harry is a disgrace. And who can really blame William for feeling that way? Now, several things have come up. First of all, Harry was wanting a public apology for his wife. I think Meghan and Harry should make a public apology to the king for breaking trust, for lying, and for all the hurt and damage that he caused William, Catherine, the children, Camilla, and all the other family members. And I don't think that the two of them should be allowed to come until those conditions are met. Just like Harry and Meghan put down conditions, the royal family should be able to put down conditions. Now, people are talking about the fact that Harry and Meghan are leaking a lot of details, and the king doesn't like that. You know, it has not gone unnoticed by people that the amount of leaks from Harry and Meghan's side has gone through the roof. And it's just a year since they lashed out at the royal family for leaking and planting. I mean, I completely agree with these articles. You can't have it both ways. You want to try to repair the damage, so you leak to the press about the phone call that you had with your dad and what took place during that phone call. And now you're leaking that there's going to be another phone call. Now remember, the last time, right after the Oprah interview, the royal family did reach out to Harry. And what happened? Gayle King went on the morning show going, "Well, I'm not trying to break news, but I know that they had a conversation and it was unproductive." So people are saying if they accept an invite, which by the way, no invite has been sent, they have to sign an NDA. No photographs, no pictures, no taping, no repeating any conversations of any kind. It should be an ironclad NDA. But you want to know the truth? The truth is, I'm sure Harry and Meghan feel that even if they sign an NDA, they would never enforce it. And you know, stories are coming out saying that Meghan Markle would be very relieved if none of this took place because, let's face it, guys, she doesn't like England. She doesn't get along with the family. Nobody's interested in her. She'd probably have stuff thrown at her if she was in a car. You know what I'm saying? Now, something else interesting came out. Neil Sean came out and said that an insider at the palace is claiming that King Charles told Harry that part of the condition to coming for Christmas is that he has to reach out to Thomas Markle, and Harry has to hear what Thomas Markle has to say so that he can get both sides of it. And so therefore the ball is now in Harry's court. Interesting. All or nothing. Moving on. All right. Now we're going to move on to the allegations that Meghan is a gatecrasher. She did gate crash the Fashion Awards in 2018. We found out about that later on, of course, after the fact. And that is why her picture was up on Instagram. And then just a day later, it mysteriously was taken down. She was not supposed to be there. Now, the picture was even removed from the photographer's profile. And they're claiming that the palace demanded it be removed because of the ridiculous way she was holding her stomach. I mean, every picture she's holding her stomach and her dark nail polish. Let's be real. The palace wouldn't remove her picture because of some nail polish. Now, the next event that she absolutely did gate crash was Trooping the Color. She had given birth to Archie and she wasn't expected. So watch this. So if you were paying close attention, then you know that their carriage was the only one that was booed. The carriage coming after it was not booed. And this was also the event where they stood on the balcony and Harry had to tell Meghan to turn around because she was being disrespectful to the family. I guess she thought that since she had Archie, she didn't need to be respectful. Now, you all should know that people are saying that she gate crashed the variety event. She did not gate crash. WME set it up. She was supposed to be there, but she initially was not going to go. WME pulled some strings. All right, let's move on now. All right, let's move on now to our third story for today, and that is Meghan's engagement ring. The ring that is now gone, that nobody has seen in 6 months. Do you guys remember this?
Your ring.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about your ring.
The ring is obviously yellow gold because that's her favourite, and the main stone itself is sourced from Botswana, and the little diamonds either side are from my mother's jewelry collection to make sure that she's with us on this crazy journey together. And
it's beautiful, and he designed it. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure it stays on that finger.
Of course.
Yeah, make sure it stays on that finger. So here's what started to happen. Here is the ring. It's the best shot I could find. And as you can see, it's got the center stone on a gold band. Well, as soon as Archie was born, suddenly she added another band with diamonds. And the original band that had the 3 diamonds, or the 3 diamonds on it, that band got diamonds on it too. Now, people were pointing out the fact that she said that the ring was perfect. Why did it get changed? And articles came out saying that the upgrade wasn't her decision. That was Harry's doing. She had no say in it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Now, here's what her rings looked like when she was married to Trevor. Pretty close to the same thing, wouldn't you say? 2 very thin bands smothered in diamonds. So here's what we've noticed. Remember what he said, don't let that ring off your finger. So when she went out on her date with Harry for her birthday, where people noticed the 2 of them weren't touching hands, weren't talking, and they even had a person between them as a buffer, the ring was not on her hand, only the gold band and the diamond band, and then another band, but not her engagement ring. Now notice, ex-husband Trevor's bracelet is there, but not the engagement ring. So now, of course, speculation abounds. Where's the engagement ring? Rumors came out that William took it back. William did not take it back, guys. Then we heard that the reason that she hasn't been wearing it is because it went in for maintenance to make sure that the stones weren't coming off. Here we are months and months later. She went to the Invictus Games. Again, no engagement ring, nowhere to be seen. After the Invictus Games, they went on vacation. Then she went to New York. Again, no engagement ring. And remember, this is where she said, I'm being a wife to this one. He went from Harry to H to just being called this one, but no engagement ring. Now, Meghan also did not have her engagement ring on at the Variety Gala. Now, in August, we were told that the ring was, quote unquote, being fixed. But now stories are coming out that the engagement ring is being changed. Once again, it's been given a modern, fresh look. Yeah, but I can't help but get past this.
And
it's beautiful, and he designed it. It's incredible.
Make sure it stays on that finger.
Of course.
So he may have designed it and it may have been incredible, but I think from the very get-go, she was like, this is not me and I'm going to make changes to it, because that's what she did. Moving on. All right. A blind item came out that basically said that Meghan has moved to Los Angeles. We've already heard that. But that everybody at the Variety event was just kissing her rear end. I don't believe that for a second. Not one photo has come out of her with an A-list person. Not one photo of her with Margot Robbie. Nobody. I have to be completely honest and say that I think that she was being ignored for most of the night. I think she's the one who went up and got pictures with those 2 women that we saw earlier on in the week. You know, I showed you guys. I don't believe any of the A-listers took pictures with her, because if they did, they would have posted them. I think she was ignored. And let me prove to you my point. Here is a snippet of her entering the room. Just watch this. Nobody's looking at her. Nobody's paying attention to her. People are just doing their business. All right, next up, do you guys remember I told you that she was asked about the Thanksgiving traditions with her kids, and she gave that nonsensical answer? Listen to this.
Do you have a favorite holiday tradition?
It's a great question. Oh, we're creating now that our little ones are little and enjoying every moment of it.
In print, they're changing it to say, we're creating new ones now that our little ones are growing up and we're enjoying every moment of it. And, oh, and by the way, I love trimming and decorating the tree with my children. Yeah, so now they're going back trying to make her answer look better because it was so ridiculous. All right, moving on. All right, and finally, they're saying that studying Meghan Markle is like a study in modern narcissism because she likes to hog the spotlight. And again, this is all coming up because of what happened at the show the other night at Variety. So what happened was Margot Robbie was waiting to walk the carpet, and these people are told how much time they have. So Meghan gets out there. She won't stop. The woman grabs her hand. She laughs and goes, ha, 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 walks a few steps down. Then she finally gets done. The aide, look again, is trying to get her to not stop. You need to say one word and walk on. And the aide has to twice grab her to get her to move off of the carpet. We've seen people like this, you guys. You know that. We've said she's totally all about, Meghan is all about Meghan. Yep. All right, guys, you know what I want. Put those comments down and make them good. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you've already done that, double check. Make sure you're still subscribed. And don't forget to hit that like button. If you've donated to my coffee fund, thank you so much. And as always, you guys, have a great day.